Social Security payment dates changed again? Shocking new law revealed. Stop everything. Because if you're counting on Social Security payments, there's a major update that could impact exactly when that money hits your bank account. The Social Security Administration has just announced a surprising change to the payment schedule, and it's not just a minor shift. This new law is shaking up the system in ways that could mean delays, or maybe even early payments, for millions of beneficiaries across the country. In this video, I'm breaking down what this change means for you, whether you're retired, disabled, or receiving Supplemental Security Income, SSI. You'll learn exactly how the new payment dates work, why this shift was necessary, and what you need to do to prepare so you don't get caught off guard. Plus, I'll reveal insider tips on how to track your payments and what to expect in the coming months. If you rely on Social Security for your monthly income, missing this update could cost you valuable time and money. So stick around because I'm going to walk you through every detail and make sure you know your rights and options. Before we jump in, smash that like button if you want to stay ahead of all the latest Social Security changes. Let's make sure you never miss a dime and are fully prepared for what's coming next. Ready? Let's dive in. Alright, now that you know there's a big change coming to Social Security payment dates, let's dive into exactly what this means for you. If you've been relying on Social Security as a steady part of your income, whether through retirement benefits, disability payments, or supplemental security income, this shift isn't just a calendar update. It can affect your cash flow, your budgeting, and your peace of mind. So, let's unpack the entire situation, from why these changes are happening to how you can adapt and make sure you get every penny you deserve. First, it's important to understand the core reason behind this new law. The Social Security Administration, or SSA, regularly updates their policies to reflect economic realities, government mandates, and efforts to improve system efficiency. This latest adjustment to payment dates was introduced as part of a broader legislative package aimed at streamlining operations and dealing with some ongoing administrative challenges SSA has faced, especially in recent years with the pandemic and evolving technology needs. In practical terms, what this means is the schedule on which you receive your monthly payment may no longer align with what you've been used to for years. For many people, payments have traditionally arrived on specific days of the month depending on their birth date. But under the new law, those dates are being recalibrated. Some will see their payments arrive earlier, some later, and others might notice shifts that affect their financial rhythm. Now, you might be wondering, why change something that seems to be working fine? Well, one of the driving factors behind this change is the SSA's attempt to better align payment schedules with federal holidays and weekends, which can sometimes delay payments. Additionally, this change aims to reduce fraud and errors, improve payment processing times, and create a more uniform system across all beneficiaries. But here's the catch, and this is what's causing concern among many beneficiaries. These changes could create gaps in payments for some people, especially those who depend on Social Security as their primary or sole source of income. A delayed payment could mean bills go unpaid, groceries get postponed, or even worse, financial hardship. On the flip side, some recipients could benefit by receiving payments sooner than before, giving them a little breathing room. It's really a mixed bag, and the outcome depends largely on your individual payment date and which category you fall into under the new schedule. Let me break down how payments have historically been scheduled and what the new timeline looks like. Previously, the SSA paid Social Security benefits on a schedule tied directly to your birth date. If your birthday fell between the 1st and 10th of the month, you'd get paid on the 2nd Wednesday. If between the 11th and 20th, on the 3rd Wednesday, and if after the 20th, the 4th Wednesday of the month. Those who received Supplemental Security Income typically got their payments on the 1st of each month. Under the new legislation, these specific dates are being replaced with fixed payment days. This means everyone will receive payments on the same dates every month, regardless of birth date. The new payment days are set for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th business days of each month for Social Security beneficiaries, and the 1st business day for SSI recipients. The intention is to simplify the system and avoid confusion, but it does mean that for some people, their payment day will shift by several days, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. Why does this matter? Imagine you've always budgeted your expenses around receiving your Social Security check on the third Wednesday of the month, but suddenly your payment arrives earlier or later. Your rent might be due before the money hits your account, or your monthly bills might not align with the new cash flow. This kind of timing shift can create stress, especially for those living paycheck to paycheck. Another factor that adds complexity is that some months include federal holidays which fall on or near payment days. The new system accounts for these by moving payment dates to the next business day, but that also means that in certain months, payments could be delayed even further. The SSA has promised to provide clear, timely notifications about these changes, but it's essential that you proactively check your payment schedule to avoid surprises. Now, beyond the payment date changes, this new law also brings with it other important adjustments that could impact your total payment amount. For instance, the annual cost of living adjustment, COLA, which often makes headlines each fall, is a part of the package. This year's COLA increase is one of the highest in recent memory due to inflation and rising living costs, meaning your payment amount could go up significantly. But, and this is important, the COLA doesn't impact everyone equally, and the exact amount you see added to your monthly benefit depends on your personal earning history and benefit type. If you're receiving retirement benefits, your payment increase is calculated based on your lifetime earnings record and the Social Security formula that indexes your highest 35 years of earnings. If you're on disability benefits, SSDI, your increase is similar but based on your earnings before you became disabled. SSI recipients, on the other hand, receive an increase tied to the federal benefit rate, which can also be supplemented by state payments if you live in certain areas. Here's where things get interesting and a bit tricky. While the COLA helps keep up with inflation, there's something called the hold harmless provision that protects most Social Security recipients from seeing a decrease in their net benefit after Medicare Part B premiums are deducted. But not everyone qualifies for this protection. For example, new Medicare enrollees or high-income beneficiaries might see their net Social Security payments go down even after a COLA increase, thanks to rising premiums. So, while the new law promises a reset in payment dates and some payment increases, the real-world impact varies widely. If you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. Social Security can be a complicated web of rules and calculations, and these recent changes only add to the confusion. But here's the good news. Understanding these changes is your best defense. The SSA has made tools available online to help you check your updated payment schedule, calculate your new benefit amount, and even estimate the impact of the new law on your financial plans. If you haven't already, I highly recommend logging into your Social Security account on their official website to review your personal information and payment calendar. In addition, it's critical to stay vigilant about scams. Unfortunately, whenever there's a big change like this, scammers try to exploit confusion by pretending to be SSA representatives asking for personal information or payments. Remember, the SSA will never call you asking for money or sensitive info like your Social Security number over the phone. Always verify any communication by going directly to the official SSA website or calling their verified hotline. Now, I want to address the emotional side of this too. Many people rely on Social Security payments not just as supplemental income but as a lifeline. A change in payment timing or amount can feel like an existential threat. It's normal to feel anxious or frustrated about the uncertainty. What I want to encourage you is to approach this proactively. Know your rights, check your statements, ask questions, and if you find errors, report them immediately. The SSA does have procedures to correct mistakes, but the key is catching them early. For those who are still years away from retirement, these changes are a signal. Social Security isn't just a guaranteed paycheck waiting for you. It's part of a complex, evolving system influenced by politics, economics, and demographics. Planning for retirement should include multiple income streams, savings, investments, pensions, and yes, Social Security. Understanding the timing and amount of your Social Security benefits can help you plan smarter and reduce stress later on. Let me also touch on a frequently asked question. What happens if the Social Security Trust Fund runs out? This new law doesn't solve that long-term issue, but it shows Congress is paying attention and trying to keep the system functioning smoothly in the short term. Current projections suggest that if no changes are made, benefits could be cut by up to 20% around 2034. That sounds alarming, but it's important to remember it's just a projection, and lawmakers have a history of stepping in to make adjustments. Still, it's wise to plan your finances with this in mind and not rely solely on Social Security. Before I wrap up, I want to share some practical steps you can take right now. First, check your updated payment schedule. Mark it clearly on your calendar and set reminders. Second, review your recent payment amounts and verify that the COLA increase has been applied correctly. Third, if you're working or planning to work while receiving benefits, be aware of the earnings test rules that could affect your payments if you earn above certain limits. Fourth, consider speaking to a financial advisor who specializes in retirement planning and Social Security strategies. They can help you maximize your benefits. And finally, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay informed on all the latest Social Security news. These changes affect millions, and staying informed is your best protection. I'll be here breaking down updates, answering your questions, and helping you navigate this complex system. Remember, Social Security payments are more than just numbers. They're your financial security. Understanding these changes, preparing accordingly, and advocating for yourself will make all the difference. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue to break down what matters most to your money and your future.